Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is regarding your first date with your future spouse. There are going to be 3 piles, and the timestamps for each pile will be in the description box in the comment section below. As always, if the readings resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe, and you may let me know in the comments if you choose. For my returning viewers and subscribers, I greatly appreciate the support. As always, for newer viewers, welcome. And after this video, if you're interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. Welcome to your reading, pile 1, regarding your first date with your future spouse. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We're going to identify the cards that came out, and then we will go ahead and get into the message. The first card out for you is the Star card, followed by Judgment. And then we have the Queen of Swords, followed by Justice. And the final card out is the Empress. Bottom of the deck energy is the Hierophant. So quite a few different messages here, which is to be expected. I love the energy. So first and foremost, for my feminine energies drawn to this, of course, the way that I describe the Queen of Swords and Empress energy will more than likely identify with you. And for the masculines drawn to this, that energy that I described for the Queen of Swords and Empress will more than likely apply to your future spouse. But the messages should resonate no matter what, okay? So first and foremost, this is going to more than likely be a very traditional date with the Hierophant at the bottom. I feel like this will be a date where there is, maybe you guys are going to go to dinner, maybe a nice dinner where you can maybe talk and communicate, because I have the Queen of Swords and Justice out here. And Judgment comes before that as well. So I feel like you two will be communicating. I feel like it will be a situation where the masculine is very chivalrous, right? So perhaps they will bring flowers or candy or both. I feel like the masculine energy will be opening the doors. For the feminine, they will be, pulling out their chair, making them feel comfortable. I feel like perhaps with this Queen of Swords energy, Judgment, and the Justice card coming out, and then the Hierophant at the bottom, I feel like it's going to be very important to the masculine that the feminine feels comfortable, because I do feel like for my feminines here, you could be very cautious when it comes to romance. I feel like you could be very cautious when it comes to people and connections overall. And with Judgment coming out, this is because more than likely you've been hurt, you've been deceived, you've been betrayed, and you've kind of had a lot of bad luck with connections, especially in romance. So I feel like you approach things with a bit of caution, and maybe the masculine is able to pick up on that. And that's why this Hierophant energy is coming out, because the Hierophant is about righteousness. It's about moving with pure intentions. It's about having an authentic, truthful, faithful, loyal, moral kind of connection and energy towards others. And so I feel like it's important that you feel safe and comfortable with this person. And I feel like they can sense the level of doubt and kind of guarded energy that the feminine has. Now, I do feel like my feminines here, with the Empress coming out and the Star card, you are going to be stunning. I do feel like both parties, the masculine and feminine, will be attractive, because Justice does talk about the balancing energy, like kind of mutual energy. So I feel like both will be stunning. But the feminine energy being highlighted here, I feel like the feminine energy will draw a lot of attention to themselves, not intentionally. I just feel it's the aura that you're going to give off. The Empress being the divine feminine, this is somebody who is very curvy, very beautiful without trying. This is the energy of maybe you wearing something very form-fitting. It doesn't mean you'll show a lot of skin, although some of you may choose to. I think for the most part, though, this just signifies that whatever you're wearing, it's going to accentuate your body in the best way possible. With the Star card being out here, I feel like there will be a lot of eyes on you. Okay. I feel like you will attract a lot of attention. I feel like a lot of people will be observing you, or at least wanting to glance your way. I feel like perhaps the way you smell, your scent will be very soft and very feminine and elegant, not overpowering. I feel like your style of dress will be very balanced, again, where it is still very classy and elegant, but still sexy and seductive. I feel like your walk, your talk, everything about your energy is just going to give sensual. And I feel like this is going to be very enticing to the masculine energy. I feel like the masculine energy will be very drawn to this energy, very receptive, again, with the Justice card. I do feel, though, that for the feminines here, as I mentioned earlier, your energy comes up as someone who tends to be a bit cautious of others. You tend to be guarded and maybe a little bit closed off, and you tend to not be very open. Now, the star card coming out is a card of optimism. It's a card of faith and just trusting, kind of taking a leap of faith, or more so trusting that things will work out in the best way possible. And I feel like you're going into this connection, into this first date with a bit of an open mind, still a little guarded, right? With the Queen of Swords, but I feel like you're going into this optimistic and trusting. And I feel like that's different from maybe how you've approached connections in the past, because with the Judgment card coming out after the Star card, the Judgment card denotes leaving behind the old and kind of starting a whole new approach, a whole new mindset, a whole new journey. So I feel like you're going into this with a whole new refreshed sense of how you're perceiving the connection, or perhaps the potential in it. And I do feel also with the Star card and the Judgment, this is about a spiritual transformation. This is about transforming the self. So I feel like for a lot of you, either this first date, something about this experience is going to be very transformative for you, and I'm going to get more into that. Or this is suggesting that you will have went through a positive transformation of self leading into this first date. I feel like maybe the communication between you two leading into this could have been something that helped to transform you and give you a sense of optimism going into the first, kind of meetup. But I do feel like, as I stated earlier, something about the date transforming you. What I meant by that is the Queen of Swords is coming out with Justice following and the Empress, right? So the feminine's energy is going to go through a kind of shift through this connection. I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversation. I feel like the conversation is going to be open ended and mutual. I feel like the feminine energy is someone here who is stimulated mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even sexually, physically by communication, right? Through the mind, through great conversation. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here. I feel like you two will get to know each other better, because the Empress is coming, I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords is coming out as a guarded, and then you have Justice, which is the energy of making a right decision. This is usually the energy of balance, of harmony, of finding a middle ground and a sense of comfort. And then the energy transforms into the Empress, which is divine feminine, which is an energy of the feminine becoming more open to the connection, more vulnerable, a little bit more lighthearted. That guard is coming down. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with the way that the masculine energy shows up. I feel like the masculine energy showing up with this Hierophant is more of the energy of them, as I stated earlier, feeling the need to make sure that the feminine feels comfortable, that you feel safe to open up, that you feel safe to, kind of be flirty or be playful. And I feel like that's going to come through, especially also the Empress energy here. This could be on the masculine and feminine side, but especially with the feminine, the Empress is about fertility. It's about creativity and growth and abundance. It's about the inner nature. I do feel like my feminines here, most of you, if not all of you, I feel like the way that this emperor shows up, the way that they're treating you, them being so masculine and protective, and this ideal, divine masculine energy, it's going to obviously bring out this empress energy. That's probably why your energy transforms throughout the day, throughout the night. I feel like it's going to maybe bring up some desire in you. I feel like you're going to go from being guarded. The conversation may go from being kind of cautious and serious and a little bit more surface level to a little bit more deeper. And as your guard comes down, I feel like you're going to find yourself becoming more flirtatious with the masculine. I feel like you both will maybe banter a little bit. The conversation is going to become a little bit more warm. And I do feel like both parties will find themselves becoming a bit more aroused, but especially the feminine. I do feel that way. I feel like for some of you, since the Queen of Swords here means that you're in your head often, I feel like you're going to have a realization with this Judgment going into the Queen of Swords, into Justice. I feel like the feminines here are going to have some sort of insight or epiphany moment of such, that this is their person. And that could be, again, why you're moving into this Empress energy, as I mentioned earlier, because there's some sort of enlightenment or something about the conversation or the night is going to give you a sense of clarity that this is the one. With the Justice card, that you've made the right decision. That you're able to be in this Empress energy with this person because this is your emperor. And I feel like, again, for some of you, you may start maybe fantasizing or having like little passing thoughts in your head about what it would be like to be married, toying around with the idea that this is your person and, maybe thinking about the wedding, thinking about, I feel like your mind is going to wander a little bit, but especially when it comes to the bedroom and the intimacy, you're going to find yourself wanting this person. I don't think that you will act on it because the Hierophant is very traditional values, and the Justice is very much about integrity and balance and kind of remaining a little bit more structured. But I do feel like you will want this person. I feel like the masculine and feminine are going to be very much desiring each other. We'll leave it at that. Very much. I feel like the energy between the two of you is going to grow very intense over the night. I feel like there will be some energy exchange, and I do feel like it's going to first start through the conversation. I feel like maybe the conversation may get a little bit dangerous, not in a bad way, but I just feel like there's certain things that you may say to each other, like in little innuendos, like little kind of casual comments, but they're kind of hinting at other things, something that's kind of letting you both know. It's almost like you two will be teasing each other and being playful with each other. But I feel like the energy that you exchange through the words, through your eyes, through your energy is going to be letting you both know. You'll both be in the know of what you're both wanting. But I think that also energetically, you both will have met on a mutual terms of knowing that it's not the best time, right? On the first date is not the best time to go there. Because again, the Justice card is about mutual respect, mutual balance, and keeping structure and doing things in the right way. So at the Hierophant, it's about doing things in the right way. So I don't feel like you will take it to the bedroom on the first date, but there's going to be a strong desire to. I'll tell you that. The feminine especially is going to be very turned on, very much. But I do feel like it'll be transformative. I feel like this is maybe for the masculines too, because the energy does feel like it's mirrored. But for the feminines especially, I feel like when you go and have this first date with your future spouse, I think it's been a while since you've been on a date, especially with you showing up as the Queen of Swords and with the Judgment card of like endings and new beginnings. I feel like this is going to feel new to you because it's been a long time, or this is your first time dating for some of you. But for most of you, I feel like you have been single for a while. You've been working on yourself with this Queen of Swords and Judgment card and Star card. You've been really transforming yourself. And I feel like you're going to also be able to notice a lot of the positive transformations and progress that you've made on a spiritual, emotional, mental, and even physical level through the way you interact, through the way that your guard comes down, through the way that you relax with this person. And I feel like for the feminines, you're going to sense that you can relax with this person. You're going to feel it because you go from guarded to the Empress, more of in a comfortable state. You're going to enjoy yourself. This is going to be an enjoyable date. And it's nothing too fancy or over the top. Again, it's very traditional, it's very old fashioned. Dinner, great conversation, great food, flowers and candy being brought by the masculine. Them, for example, this is the type of energy like maybe at the end of the night, if you're cold, the masculine may offer you their coat, or their blazer or whatever, they're wearing to keep you warm. It's just, I feel like the masculine is going to be extremely attentive to the feminine energy here. Very attentive. And that, again, that's why you're transforming into this empress throughout the day. Because for the first time in a long time, or for the first time in your life, I feel like you're with someone that is making you feel like a queen, making you feel like an empress, making you feel comfortable enough to rest in your divine feminine energy and not have to have that sword up, not having to be concerned with them overstepping your boundaries. Because with Justice and the Hierophant, this person, your future spouse, is going to be respecting your boundaries. Okay. So I am going to leave it there. And of course, if it resonated on any level, you may feel free to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are other topics, readings, and videos there as well. But other than that, you have a great day. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding your first date with your future spouse. So I've already pre-shuffled. I generally prefer to pull 5 cards. 6 cards came out. So we'll identify those and then get into the message. So the first card out is the Six of Cups. It's followed by the Eight of Pentacles, which is followed by the Five of Swords. And then we have the Seven of Swords, followed by the Seven of Wands. And then the final card out is the Sun. Bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Cups. So this is quite an interesting reading. Really quickly, when I first shuffled and pulled cards, the messages that came out did not really highlight a first date. They more or less likely highlighted a past connection that someone wanted to come back and rekindle. And I went ahead and saged and went ahead and shuffled and pulled again. Different cards came out for the most part, but it's the exact same message. So if you're not seeking a past person, you don't want to hear about a past energy, um, definitely this may not be the reading for you because I can only speak on what comes out. Okay, so let's get into the message. The first card is the Six of Cups. Obviously, this is a past energy, usually past romance. This is denoting someone that maybe you have memories with or you built memories with. This can simply be, this doesn't necessarily have to be romance. This could just be maybe someone you grew up with that, you know, you guys grew apart, you had conflict and went your separate ways, and then they, you know, secretly have feelings for you. But for the most of you, this is a past connection because your reading is not giving it's not giving a first date. This is giving a situation where there's been a connection, there's been experiences, there's been difficulties, there's been an ending, and then now there's a desire to come in and start anew and have more of a successful connection. And as I mentioned, I did pre-shuffle and pull the cards before, and I wanted to be clear on what was coming through, which is why I put them back in, shuffled, and pulled again. And in that card pull, it denoted the same energy that this one is. There's a past connection here where there was conflict, where there was deception. The Seven of Swords came out in that reading as well. And now it's out here again. The Seven of Wands came out in that reading as well. It's out here again. But also, the Wheel of Fortune came out in that reading. And that denotes a connection or a situation that is destined. Okay. So for this group, there's someone from your past that may be your future spouse. Okay. You've already had a first date with this person, more than likely. You've already had a connection and experience with this person, and it did not end well. But based on that Wheel of Fortune that came on previously, that usually means that the wheel turns and then it turns in your favor. So perhaps in the past, this connection with this person was one that was tumultuous. It was in the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right? So failure, disappointment, dead ends, things getting worse before they get better. And in this case, it came out in the upright. After all of the toxic negative cards came out, the Wheel of Fortune came out at the end, signifying a positive turn for the connection, where things are now positive, things have improved. It's again sudden, right? So that signifies that when this connection comes back together, when and or if, because you have freedom of will, as does the other person. But when and or if this connection does come back together, it based on that previous reading, it will be sudden. You will not be expecting it, but the energy is going to be renewed. Maybe you both have grown and evolved because the Emperor energy also showed up and the Knight of Wands showed up, signifying that the Knight of Wands is who you were dealing with before. And at the bottom of the deck was the Emperor, which is perhaps who this person has evolved into. So take that how it resonates. But in the end of this reading, we have the Sun. Okay. The Sun energy, as we know, is about success. It's about happiness. It's about optimism. You know, it's about confidence, enlightenment. This is about having clarity, satisfaction, and prosperity in life and love. Okay. And it's coming out at the end. Now, as we look at the cards, what's following the Six of Cups in the beginning here is the past connection, the memories, the experiences. Great. We go into the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about putting in hard work to build something, right? To create something. It's about being focused. It's about self-improvement. It's about improving what you're investing in. And then what's coming out after that is the Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and Seven of Wands. The Five of Swords is conflict, it's disagreements, it's betrayal, it's, you know, sabotage, hostility, misfortune, toxicity. And then you have the Seven of Swords, which is a similar energy. The Seven of Swords, though, is somebody who's a cheater. They're a liar. They're also deceptive. They're cunning. They're tricksters. This is usually the energy of somebody who is also self sabotaging themselves or tries to sabotage others. And then you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about conflicts and challenges as well. But the Seven of Wands comes out, and that card is about overcoming challenges, overcoming conflicts, overcoming obstacles and difficulties that are in your obstacles and difficulties that are in your path. And then it's like the Seven of Wands goes into the Sun. So this is signifying that whomever this your future spouse is, this could be for both of you by the time you come back together, but I'm getting this for the Emperor, especially because the Emperor came out in the previous reading with the Knight of Wands. Whomever your future spouse is, whomever this ex or past energy is, this person wants to come in, and with this Eight of Pentacles, they want to work on overcoming this past energy, this conflict, the difficulties, the toxicity, whatever went wrong, whether it was on your part, whether it was on their part, whatever this was that broke you guys up in the past, that has separated you two. They want to come in with the Seven of Wands. They want to overcome it. They want to work on it with this Eight of Pentacles. And Pentacles is patient energy, is grounded, is disciplined. So this person's going to be very focused. They want to take their time. They're going to be very patient. No matter how long it takes, this person's willing to put in all the work, time, and energy. And with the Seven of Wands, they're very determined, courageous, and bold, and trusting that you guys can overcome whatever this past energy was with this Five of Swords and this Seven of Swords energy. And then what comes out after overcoming this with the Seven of Wands, overcoming this past energy and these obstacles, is the Sun, where you guys create a happy, prosperous connection, a successful connection where you're both confident in this, where you both have joy and peace and harmony. The Sun comes out. Everything is glorious. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Now, Seven of Cups is at the bottom. And Seven of Cups is about illusions. It's also about having a lot of choices and not knowing which one to make, okay? So it could be a card of confusion and not really seeing clearly. So this suggests to me that when this person comes back in, I do feel like you're going to be more in this Seven of Cups energy. Because mind you, your reading starts out with the Six of Cups, which is the past energy, the past connection, the past love. And then you have the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is the next card in the tarot from that card, which is illusion. So signifying this past connection, the memories, the nostalgia, the experiences from the past with this Five and Seven of Swords. It's going to have you in this Seven of Cups where you're constantly in your head. You cannot, there's an energy of maybe you seeing this person through the frame of how you've seen them before, through the frame of this Five of Swords, Seven of Swords energy. And so a lot of you, I don't know what you'll choose. We're asking about your future spouse. So this may suggest that for the most part, you will choose this person, or you will see guidance and something will happen where you will end up with this person. I can't tell you how that'll play out. I can only give the message. But based on this, you will be in the Seven of Cups, where I feel like for a lot of you, you will have other options other than this person that maybe you're pursuing perhaps when this person comes in, or you'll just be in your head because you'll find yourself confused about whether or not this person is genuine this time, whether or not you can trust this person after what has happened. And it'll be a hard decision to make, right? But for the most part, I think it's going to be both. You're going to have other people pursuing you at that point, and you're also going to want to, maybe you may still have feelings for this person with this Cups energy, with the Seven of Cups, Six of Cups nostalgia. You may still have some feelings or some unresolved, unfinished business with this person. But it's like your energy is also being given to other people or another person. And you feel like you can't trust this person. There's an illusion, there's confusion. You're not sure if this person is right, if they've transformed, if they've changed. So it's really, really up to you. I did not expect this type of energy to come out. As I stated, when I shuffled the first time and it came out, I was a little perplexed and I wanted to be sure. So I did sage the cards, I shuffled them, cleared the energy, shuffled and pulled them again. Same message came out, and two of the same exact cards came out again. So this for the most part, I'm getting that this is a past person you've already had a first date with, you've already had a connection with, and a painful ending with. But I do feel like this is destined. I feel like this could be a twin flame situation because the lover showed itself twice in both shuffling. And the Lovers is about a spiritual, deep, transformative connection where two people come together to transform each other, or their connection tends to transform them individually. It's the energy of two people where the intensity, the passion, and the spiritual connection is so intense that they choose each other over and over again. So it's definitely the card of a twin flame where they go through a separation, they both go through growth because the passion or the intensity and toxicity of the connection is too much at first. And they separate, and the energy and desire to be together subconsciously or even consciously helps them to grow and evolve and come back together. But the Eight of Pentacles out here is about self improvement. It's about improving something. It's about investing in something because that's what Pentacles is, and patiently working hard, diligently, and focused to build and grow it. So this is the energy this person is coming in with based on these cards. But I do feel like with the Seven of Cups, you will have other options. When this person comes in, there will be other options. And some of you, where there's no other options, you will have a lot of things on your mind with the Seven of Cups, and you will find yourself seeing this as an illusion, right? Maybe seeing this person as not being trustworthy, and basically the energy they're putting out when they come in is an illusion. Like this is them again being in the Seven of Swords energy of being sneaky and cunning and saying all the right things and doing all the right things just to get back in your good graces. And with the Seven of Cups, you don't trust it. And rightfully so. Because with Five of Swords, Seven of Swords energy, I wouldn't trust it either. But this is your future spouse. And based on the surrounding cards, it's giving good energy, right? I can't speak for each person because it is a collective reading. But based on, again, the Eight of Pentacles energy out here, and then the Seven of Wands Sun energy out here, it is giving a positive energy. Even in the previous one where we had the Wheel of Fortune and the Upright of Destiny, a destined positive sudden change in your situation that came after a toxic ending. And then the Emperor coming out, also the Knight of Wands coming out, signifying a transformation in someone's energy. It's very possible that these energies have changed and they needed to go away and you needed to go away so that you both can heal and grow and come back together. I can't say that's for sure for each person. But based on this is your future spouse. So something's going to happen. Somebody's going to choose someone and somebody's going to choose someone back. How that turns out, that remains to be seen. And this is also energy. So for some of you where you don't want this person back, you know, I don't know how your energy will change over time that could basically shift the fate of this situation in a sense, or that may shift the outcome of this energy. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to confuse you and I don't want to get confused. Plus, this has thrown me off a little bit because I didn't expect this to come out, but I have to tell you what's in the cards. Okay. I wouldn't feel right. Um, I wouldn't even know how to read this any other way. You know, I'm sure there is a way where I could suggest that perhaps for some of you, maybe that this is signifying that maybe you're stuck in a past connection energetically, and your future spouse has to come through and help work on, you know, getting you to see a positive outcome with them after being deceived and having conflict with someone else in the past. That's very possible for one or two of you. Anything is possible, but the energy from this and the previous reading is consistent. Someone from the past has evolved, allegedly, based on the cards, and they want to come in and change things and do the right thing. They want a happy ending with the Sun card. And with the Queen and with the Wheel of Fortune that came out earlier, it's seeming like this is destined. Okay, so you can let me know if this resonates in the comment section. You can like and subscribe, you know. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you for clicking on this video today. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding your first date with your future spouse. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We're going to identify the cards that came out and then we will get into your message. So the first card out is the Six of Pentacles followed by the Page of Pentacles. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune followed by the Four of Wands. And then the final card out is the Devil. Bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Pentacles. So your reading is quite interesting. Before we dive deeper into your messages, I want to make this very clear, okay? For those of you where you are not interested in what I'm about to say, you can choose a different pile or you can click off. For this group, some of you, if not all of you, will more than likely maybe hook up with your future spouse. Like there, you may take this to to the bedroom, if you will. You may become intimate with them by the end of the date, or there's going to be a strong desire to, and maybe having to wait, but not really wanting to wait. So for those of you where you're not interested in that part of the message, or you're not interested in where this is going, I understand. There's no issues. I'm just warning you, okay? So for those of you that are still here, great. Let's get into your message. Now, with this specific date, I do feel like it's going to either be at a reunion, right, where maybe you're meeting up with others. This could be a school reunion or a wedding. This could also be at maybe just a family gathering or birthday party. It's going to be at someone's home, or it's going to be at some sort of an event where there is something being celebrated or someone being celebrated. And I do feel like for some of you, where this is like not a wedding or a party or a reunion of sorts, I do feel like this is a note here that quite a few of you may work with your future spouse before you two become, intimate, or before you become romantic. Because we do have the Six of Pentacles going into the Page of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. It's working together. And with the Page of Pentacles coming out, this is working together to reach a common goal, the similar desire. And I feel like Pentacles is slower moving. So I feel like maybe for those of you where you work together, it's like you've been working for a while to get success in something. And then with the Wheel of Fortune coming out after the Page of Pentacles, all of a sudden out of nowhere, your business venture or creative project takes off, like it takes a turn for the better. And all of a sudden you have this ultimate victory and success. And then with the Four of Wands, this is the energy of celebration. It's celebrating business ventures, it's celebrating partnerships in business, and creative endeavors. So I feel, again, for those of you where this is someone that you will work with first, you two will, your first date may be at this gathering. Like, one or the other may ask them to be the date for the event, or if this is a company you're working for, there's a company event where the company is celebrating the success of that the company has found, and you two may be the on the spotlight for this because there's a big project, or you two may just decide to go to this event because you play a role in the success of the business. And I feel like this is like your first date. But I do feel like with the Devil card coming out, there's going to be a very intense, overwhelming lust and desire for one another. And I feel like, again, whether this is someone you work with, or this is just someone that you've known for a while, and then you go, to this event, this gathering, this party, whatever this may be, I feel like it's been leading to this point. Right. No matter where you fall in this spectrum, I feel like there has been an undercurrent of desire and attraction, and lust for one another that has been like the elephant in the room, and neither of you have spoken about it. Maybe those around you have observed it as well. But I feel like when you do go on the first date, again, it doesn't matter if it's a party, a wedding, or a business celebration. When you do go on this first date together, it's going to reach ahead with the Devil card, because I feel like this is going to be in an environment where it's, even if it's a professional event, I feel like it's still like a party atmosphere where there's drinking and there's fun and dancing. So I feel like this is like one of the first times, or one of the more rare times, where you're around each other in this more non-platonic way, and you're able to like get closer to each other, and maybe you two will dance together, and the dancing together may be more intimate and slow, or you may have to touch each other in some way, of course, when you're dancing. And I just feel like there's going to be an overwhelming tension between the two of you, and I feel like on the first date, as I stated, it's going to reach a boiling point. Some of you will probably sneak off, and or leave this gathering early or before it's over, and go and hook up. Right now, as I stated, you may know this person for a while, even if this is not a business partner, just someone that you've been casually dealing with or talking to. You've known each other for a while, and the intimacy and the tension between you two has been growing to this point. And now it's like you can't, especially if you two are drinking, or you're having a couple of drinks, and you're kind of, your guard is down, you're just enjoying yourself with this Four of Wands. It's a lot of harmony, peace, celebration, and positive energy in the air. And Wands energy is fiery, it's intense, it's passionate. And this is the Four of Wands. It's also about stability and balance. So I do feel like, again, it's going to be a mutual connection. It's going to be a mutual passion. You will both feel it. The people around you may feel it, and they may be able to see it. Also, Six of Pentacles out here is about giving and taking. It's equal give and take. Some of you are going to be giving and taking. I'm just going to be honest. Some of you may not, right? Because the Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, and that's about having to be patient and wait for the results, or wait for what you desire to, to be able to have what you have worked for, what you have been desiring. So some of you having to wait. I feel like this devil energy, this lust, this temptation, this overwhelming, excessive passion that you have for each other, you're not going to want to wait. But for those of you that still choose to wait, I do feel like it's only going to heighten the intimacy for when you do decide to get together. But I feel like for your first date, it is going to be somewhere where you're around other people. You're going to be able to talk, you're going to be able to be alone, right? Within, together, but there still be other people around you. And I do feel like there will be dancing. I feel like there may be drinking. I do feel like it's going to be an environment where you're both comfortable, where you're both at peace, at ease. With the devil energy, some people there could even, be, dabbling in things other than liquor. That doesn't mean you and your partner will. But I do feel like there will be an energy where you two will want each other. The date is going to be filled with that. I do feel like even if you two don't speak a whole lot during the date, where you spend most of the time dancing together or mingling with other people, the desire for each other is going to be very prevalent and is going to fill the room. Okay, I do feel like, again, you will have a good time, especially for those of you where this is business and you're being celebrated, or your company is celebrating a lot of success. This is only going to heighten that, because now you both have achieved something together successfully. And in the process of doing so, there was already this undercurrent of, intense passion for one another that neither of you spoke about. And it's like now you finally have achieved your goal within this realm of business and work together, which has only, fueled the attraction, because it's like you've succeeded at something together. Now the energy and focus will be prevalent and more geared towards what you're feeling for each other, because now your common goal and focus, even though you wanted each other, was focused on work. It was focused on business. And now that you're in this environment where you've finished this, you've done this has been successful, it will bring the desire for each other more to the forefront. You two may talk about it with each other, but I feel like this is mostly going to be energy. So you two there might be a lot of intense and passionate gazes across the room, or when you're together, there may be situations where you're touching each other unnecessarily. There may be situations where if you're dancing together, it's like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of teasing, but like in a dangerous way, not in dangerous in a bad way. I just feel like your date is going to consist of a lot of you two kind of baiting each other. You two kind of challenging each other, with your eyes, with your looks. Maybe you may look at them, they may look at you, you may lick your lips at each other, grazing each other's hand. Maybe the male masculine energy may touch your back. It's just going to be a lot more, it's going to be less professional than it's been before, and more of you two kind of tempering more into a deeper and different type of element. It's going to take a quick turn, because Wheel of Fortune is sudden. It's all of a sudden. I feel like it's going to take a turn quickly. It's going to go quickly from this previous energy of being professional and, keeping those boundaries and focusing on the common goal. And it's going to cross over into being passionate, letting your guard down, letting your hair down, and being a little bit more personal. So I do feel like for those of you where this is business and you're working together, this will suddenly go very quickly from business to you two in bed together. Okay. Or you two just wanting each other, and with the Seven of Pentacles, having to wait. The Seven of Pentacles can also denote what I said earlier. For those of you where you're working together, it's like it's taken a while, because it's like you've been working very hard and you're having to be patient for the results. And then again, with the Wheel of Fortune, you suddenly get the results. And now that work is out the way, now again, the elephant in the room is more glaring. Now it's time to address the elephant in the room, which is you want each other, right? You do. So I feel like, yeah, this is the message I'm getting. And again, for those of you where this is not you two working together, then the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles could just mean that you two have worked together in terms of getting to know each other, where you guys have kept it kind of platonic. You've kept it kind of platonic, and then you've kind of been in this Six of Pentacles where you're both investing, you're both matching each other's energy, you're both, and the common goal is to get to know each other better, but keeping it, again, more demure, not really maybe there's been a concern about taking it to the next level. And now all of a sudden you do. And it could be again because there's drinking involved, there's dancing, there's touching, there's getting closer to each other. There's been in an environment where you both can be more relaxed. There may be other couples there who are kind of close, and the tension between them may heighten the tension between you. But it will happen very quickly. Now, for some of you, very few of you, take it if it resonates. This could be somebody from your past. It could be somebody that that you grew up with, somebody that was a friend, or somebody that you've dated. And I do feel like with the Four of Wands, this could be a reunion, right? And it could be that maybe you two have parted ways and you haven't spoken in a while. And you two have been maybe focused on work with the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, focused on your own desires with the Seven of Pentacles, meaning you've had to wait a while and be patient for this fated connection to come back together, because the Wheel of Fortune is fated, something destined that happens suddenly. So it's like you go to this event and then you run into this person, you go to this reunion, this wedding, this work situation, whatever this is, you go there and then all of a sudden you meet this person from your past and you had no intentions of meeting them. But in the time you've been separated, maybe you two have been thinking about each other and wanting each other. And now the opportunity has presented itself, and now that passion is coming together and it's even more intense. And then you two decide to go that way. But quite a few of you, whether this is a past person, somebody that you work with, or just somebody you're getting to know, and or you've gotten to know them and now you guys are finally going on the first date. For a lot of you, you will be sleeping with this person based on these cards on your first date. That's what I'm getting. Like, the passion with this Devil card is going to be too overwhelming. It's going to be too excessive for you to wait. Some of you may wait, and with the Seven of Pentacles, you might. And if you do choose to wait, because the time, again, you're surrounded by others, and that's kind of what's keeping you to having to be in this energy, and it's only making the passion and the desire more intense. But again, for those of you who do choose to wait, I do feel like your evening will be spent turned on. You're going to be aroused the entire time. And that arousal is just going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So this is going to be a steamy date. The first date is going to be filled with steam, passion, lust, and you two tempting each other throughout the night. It sounds like a lot of fun to me. How you feel about it, I don't know, but it feels fun to me. So I'm going to leave your reading there. And of course, if it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. And you can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you may return to the channel. There are the topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, you have a wonderful, wonderful day.